Welcome to Chad Hates Carbs. Today we're going to go over how to make an egg-fast friendly custard. The last one I made, the salted caramel creme brulee, it was kind of the latest custard I made, was not egg-fast friendly because it included heavy whipping cream. This recipe does not include heavy whipping cream, so it's pretty simple as far as the items that you're supposed to use. Just 2 eggs, some cream cheese, water, which we're obviously get out of the faucet, and then this is erythritol, which I'm going to use as my sweetener for this. And then I don't have caramel extract. They suggest using caramel, so I'm going to use vanilla extract and a little bit of coconut extract because I like coconut flavored stuff. So basically it's pretty simple to do this. All we need to do is put the items in a blender, or in this case I'm using a Magic Bullet because Magic Bullet is awesome. Really easy to clean, which is one of my favorite things. So we're gonna do our eggs here. And then I guess I'll wash my hands. You want to get salmonella. True story. I never knew anybody that had gotten salmonella until my pastor just got salmonella recently, which really sucked. Not a good day. So we got our eggs in here. We need 2 ounces of cream cheese. So we're just going to cut off 2 ounces of cream cheese, which is half of the remainder of this. Oops. Sorry about that. Now, I've never made this particular recipe before, and I'm generally not a fan of cream cheese, so we'll hope that the flavorings that we put in will mask this flavor for me, because like I said, not really a fan of cream cheese. So I'm going to go ahead and slap in. They say 1.5 teaspoons of extract, so I'm just going to kind of eyeball this thing. The one thing I have found is that if you do put too much extract in, that can be a problem, so I'm going to be a little bit reserved in what I'm doing. But it says I need 1.5 tablespoons of the sweetener. And of course, if it's too sweet, well, I don't know that it can be too sweet, so I'm just going to go ahead and put in 2 tablespoons because I'm like that. So there we go. I'm going to go ahead and get this started. While I get some water. And it says that I need 1 cup of water, and a lot of the comments in the recipe said that basically that was way too much water. So I'm only going to put in half a cup. I'm only going to put in half a cup of water because, yeah, 1 cup of water with this seems kind of crazy. And this is the part where you're fighting the part where the heavy cream was. Heavy cream was your liquid in the other, so that's what this is supposed to be doing. Okay, so that's nice and frothy. No question about that. So the next step, the standard custard recipe is going to ask you to take as I showed in the previous one, you want to have some kind of a container that you can put water in, and then you actually put your custard into these little custard cups, as it were. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pour into these. Try to get it kind of equal. That's just about perfect. A little bit of a cream cheese chunk in that one. Looks like one little piece didn't work right. So now we need to fill this with water. And you want to fill it about halfway. You can see in here, it's about halfway. They say in a cookie sheet in the recipe, but a cookie sheet would be ridiculous because they don't have high enough walls unless you are way more confident than I am. The oven needs to be at 325, and it's been preheating for just a few minutes, but it's not quite to 325. So we're going to let it sit right there, and it says bake for 30 minutes. So we're going to go ahead and stick the timer on for 30 minutes. And I'm going to come check them at 30 minutes, even though it's not, right now it's showing 245. The reason is because I've got it on convect, and it acts a little bit differently with convect. With the water, it should normalize the temperatures anyway, so you don't have cold spots and hot spots in the oven. But, you know, might as well check it. So I'll be back in 30 minutes, and we'll see what they look like and go from there. Thanks for watching. So we're at 30 minutes. Open this up and check it out. And like I said, there was some definitely some jiggle going on. It's nice and brown on the top. It's not watery. I don't know. I think I'm going to let it sit for probably another 5 minutes or so, just because I'd rather it be overdone than underdone. I'm not really a fan of undercooked eggs. So I'm going to go ahead and let it sit for another 5 minutes, and we'll come back and check it then. Another 5 minutes, and we'll check it again. And see where we're at. There we go, that's a little bit better. Okay, so at this point, we got a nice crusty top. And what we need to do now is we'll take these out and let it sit in the refrigerator for probably an hour at least to make sure it sets. I'm probably going to leave this overnight, just because why not? And then we'll do the topping later, and hopefully it will be just as delicious as the last ones we made. So, see you then. So I went ahead and tested these, and by, of course, eating one. It's been a good 3 hours-ish since I made these. They're still a little bit runny, and the one that I got was actually kind of runny. So I probably, if I was to make this again, I'd put even less water, because it's still a little jiggly in the middle. It tastes fine if you mix it up or whatever, but I tried it without the topping. So I'm going to go ahead and make the topping, and it's not going to be quite right. It's going to be too much topping for these, but hey, too much topping is not a problem for me. So we're going to do 2 tablespoons of butter, 2 tablespoons of, again, I'm using the erythritol. So I'm going to go ahead and cut that up in there. And then we'll do 2 tablespoons of erythritol. And then it says using a 1/4 teaspoon of additional caramel extract, but I'm just going to add a little bit of vanilla again. For a little bit of extra flavor. The coconut and the vanilla are not super strong in the actual custard itself, so I'm gonna just go ahead and add a little bit of those again, and then all you need to do is put this in the microwave. Generally speaking, microwave, it takes about 30 seconds in my microwave. Obviously, everybody's microwave is going to be different. So we're going to do that. 30 seconds. And that'll probably, it should melt it down to the point that we can then use it to just basically pour over the top. So. It is kind of nice though, having something that tastes this good without having to do the whole egg yolk piece, because the other custards that I make or haven't been making in the past are just the egg yolks. So you have this issue of just egg yolks and you use cream, so just using the water in here is kind of nice for that side of things. Alright, so let's go ahead and get this all stirred up. And on the egg fast, this is actually better. A lot of people would think that this might be worse, but it's actually better than just doing the other because it actually adds extra fat. So for those people that run egg fasts for the low carb, high fat diet, that's why this, while it seems a little crazy, hey, I'm just putting butter and sugar on top of this. Exactly, that's exactly the point. So anyway, there's our topping. And of course, the way I eat, and I drive my wife and children crazy, but the way I eat all of my stuff like this is I mix everything together. So, get my spoon. Got the spoon out over here and ended up using it. So let's just go ahead and mix that in. Yeah, see, the interior is still a little bit runny on this one as well. It's just making my custard soup here. So really, I guess, as far as that goes, I don't really need the topping because I just mix it in to the other. So but it's delicious. It's really good. But it's more like soupy. It's not nearly as firm as the creme brulee thing that I made earlier. But it's definitely good. Definitely good. So obviously that creme brulee recipe that I have on the site already is definitely I mean, it's like more like a 9.5. This is probably a solid 8. Definitely not as rich because it doesn't have the heavy whipping cream because it's got the water substitute, but definitely worth something if you're interested in doing an egg fast. Absolutely a great way to like have something other than scrambled eggs every day, because it definitely does get old. So until next time, thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.